Hey folks, meteorologist Bill Alexander. Let's start off with the satellite loop here, satellite radar loop to be more specific. And you see just a few of these little very light showers moving up through Matagorda Bay before dissipating. More thunderstorms out in the Davis Mountains, but the big supercell thunderstorms we saw the last couple of days in the high plains, you're not seeing those today, but Sunday's another episode of that. Meanwhile, around here, 80 this morning, 96 this afternoon, well off our record high for the day, but no rain, and we're 4.3 inches below normal for the year. Let's take a look across the state, and what you're going to see is slightly cooler air over the high plains, the South Plains, and then back into Oklahoma, but 90s and triple digits elsewhere across the state, and that's the important factor. That's where we are. We're looking at upper 80s along the immediate coastline, lower to middle 90s further inland, and then triple digits out west. Now, combine that with these dew points, you're talking basically in the middle to upper 70s. There are a couple of slightly drier spots, but the bottom line is you've got heat index values deep into the triple digits over much of the area. In fact, we're looking at 108 and Three Rivers, back towards Fremont 107. Only along the immediate coastline do you have some relief of that. In fact, let's go ahead and zoom into that coastline on your neighborhood weather network, and you're going to see temperatures from the mid 80s to around 90s at Rockport. South side of Corpus Christi, upper 80s to around 90 degrees. And the west side, well, as far as rainfall, forget about it. Not today anyway. Going out to Beeville, it's still cooking there. Lower to middle 90s right now. And if you get back towards Kingville, you'll see the winds, for example, 17, 18, 20 miles an hour sustained with higher gusts. And that southeasterly wind has been keeping things quite humidified. So overnight tonight, you get some increasing clouds from that steady southeasterly flow. And that'll hold our temperatures to the middle 70s to lower 80s for your minimum temperature. Tomorrow, another very hot day, mid 90s here in Corpus Christi, even along the Gulf side beaches, upper 80s to around 90 degrees, triple digits out west. And when you factor in the humidity, now this is where you have to understand that even at 2:30 in the morning, you're going to have heat index values in the 90s in some areas, so you don't get much overnight relief. And so you stay hydrated, stay cool if you can, because by mid-afternoon we're back up to 110 to 111 feel-like temperatures tomorrow. So Sunday is not going to be a picnic if you're going to have a picnic. So mostly sunny, windy, high in the upper 80s. If you're going to the beach, going to the Gulf side beaches, going to the coastal waters, water temperature at 87 degrees. Look for a southeast wind at 15 to 20, gusting to 25 knots. Choppy bays, 3 to 5 foot seas, very high UV index, so slather on the SPF 50, low rip current risk. So, a weak stationary boundary that separates that slightly cooler air, but fairly strong cold front comes down Sunday into Monday. Now, it doesn't make it to us, but it sets off another round of severe weather over the high plains, maybe a few showers to our north. But we have to wait for this high to move out, for this disturbance to move in and give us a good opportunity for rain and thunderstorms in the middle of the week. And that's what we're looking for when we look at this precipitation forecast. Watch the storms gather, and heavy rain in some locations Wednesday, Thursday, even on into early Friday. So that's what we're looking at. The tropics are quite active in the eastern Pacific, but no direct threat. We'll keep you informed on that. So we're looking at more mid-90s right on through Tuesday, and then that good chance of rain and thunderstorms Wednesday through